All right, good morning, everyone. Good morning, guys. Good morning, good morning. Welcome back, guys. Welcome back. Let me just move this over here. Happy Monday, everyone. What's going on, guys? Welcome back. Welcome back. Good morning, good morning. Good to see you guys back, ready for another week in these markets. We got gold with the big gap down this morning. Nice squeeze back higher in Asia. Look at this, removing Asia on Goldie here today, guys. An absolutely huge push. We'll look at all these markets this morning, guys. Good to be back on with you guys. Hope everyone had an amazing weekend. Audio video good. Awesome. Thank you, Bruno. Welcome back, everyone. If any guys are new here, welcome. My name is Aaron, also known as Aaron Trades. I've been trading for the past 8 years and mainly focused on gold futures here in the European session. So before we do anything, guys, let's have a look at what we have in terms of news for the week. You guys can see here I'm trading on the combine today. Why? Because gold's very choppy after Asia has already gapped down and ripped up 700 ticks. So for London session, we'll just be trading on the combine here this morning, guys, and have a look and see what we get. Now, before we do anything, let's see what we have coming up for the week ahead. That's a pretty decent gap down here on gold. On the calendar, what do we have? Today is some Canadian dollar CPI. Tomorrow we have core retail sales. You got the Fed speaking at 3 p.m. tomorrow. On Wednesday, nothing on the calendar, and also nothing on the calendar for Friday. as well. So not a huge amount in terms of scheduled in news this week, but as we know, that news from Trump is always right around the corner. What do we have here as well? Let's see here. Nonetheless, the market has been pricing in a rate hike by the year end due to higher energy prices. Let's see. That's about Canadian dollar CPI. So nothing really on the cards today. So let's see what we get. Let's break down these markets. Have a look. Like I say, guys, we'll look at gold. We'll look at silver. We can look at NQ, and we can have a look at plenty other markets as well. Let's have a look. So let's jump in. Let's jump in here, guys. We just had that 30-minute close. Let me just have a quick look. 30-minute closing bearish. Cool. Would you not take that hourly morning star to fill in the opening range? Not really. I mean, you could, but the reason I'm not really too interested in it is just because you've already seen Asia have this beautiful fake out buy here on gold. Look at this. Fake out buy here, this great pushback higher. You tapped into the weekly opening price, and now you kind of start to close back below that level. So buying up into it, not really, because you're just trading within this. And this is the reason I'm using a combine right now. You're just trading within a very, very, very tight range here. So yeah, could we get gold to come back up and fill in the gap? Possibly. But I think if we want to take that, we should wait for a breakout of this range, because this range is very, very, very messy. If we break above, 300 ticks, fantastic. But anything in between here looks pretty choppy. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. And you can see here, the hourly, yes, did tag lows and hold support, but you did also wick hourly highs as well. And the body closed very doji with about, 14 ticks worth of volume. So keep it super simple. Here's our resistance. Here's our support. So could you take the morning star? Yes, you can, but you're trading right in the middle of a range. So that's the only reason I wouldn't be too interested in taking that hourly morning star just yet. There is the potential for longs on gold to buy back up into this gap. Personally, I wouldn't want to jump in too soon. Still early days. Did you guys get any trades in Asia? You guys trading in Asia today? Did you get these longs? These longs off that hourly fake out were nice. Look at this. You broke below. You broke straight back above. So buys there at 2 a.m. That was a nice move. That was a really nice move. Silver longs, nice. Caught 500 ticks. Nice, 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 nice. Been chopped up, silly, because I missed the longs. Yeah, don't go too crazy, man. It's Monday morning. Don't ruin your week. First thing on a Monday morning. Hey guys, we got all week to trade. All week to trade. Nice. Did you guys who said you took trades, did you take this? That hourly fake out? Maybe even just back up just to retest some of this resistance. Nice. Nice, Jake. Yep. Good job. Good job. Nice trade. Very, very, very nice trade. Break above Friday's low. Cool, cool, cool. Was engulfing on the silver chart. Nice, nice, nice. Got some profits. Good job. Yeah, looks like a lot of you guys got that trade. Well done. See, that's a way nicer trade than buying gold right now, because you're buying at a very nice support after prices closed bearish and closed straight back above it. That's a great fake out play. Buying for that retracement to come up into that weekly opening price. So that trade in Asia was kind of much nicer than what we're working with now, because you had that nice break below, straight break back above, and even just buying up into that weekly open. 200 ticks. Beautiful. 200 ticks, job done. So we'll see what Goldie gives us today, guys. I want to see a little bit of a breakout here. You can see we've kind of been in this range for the past 1, 2, 3, 4 candles here. So let's not overthink it too much, and let's let price have a little bit of a breakout. You also had this trend line coming down. You tried to manipulate the trend line, and you closed straight back below. So you tried to break above, tried to break below, now you're back up. So keep it super simple. Don't overthink it here. We're just in a range. Let's let the markets break out, come to us, and then see if we can get some trades. But yes, ideally today on gold, I would look to buy price back up into maybe 48.35s. I think that'd be a nice upside target. Let's have a look. Hi Aaron, hello. Was the fake out good? I was waiting for it, but thought maybe it didn't close high enough. You just said broke below. Yeah, it's more than enough. More than enough. It's just price just breaking here. Just candle broke support, broke straight back above. It doesn't matter where you draw the support. It's the candle's gone from being bearish to all of a sudden close straight back above with weekly openers and nice upside targets. So you don't need to wait for any more than that. You got price holding support here. You got price holding support here. You got price holding support here. All of it is a very, very, very nice level to buy. Absolutely. Absolutely. Even on, you know, the 5 minute, you let price find support, break back above, retest, boom. It was a very, 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 very decent trade. So let's see how gold's going to open in London here. We'll have a look at silver. We'll have a look at NQ as well. Let's get rid of some of these levels here on silver. You guys who were here on Friday, silver ended up having a great push. You guys who were here on Friday, this happened into the New York session. But what did we say for silver last week, guys? Said for silver to come back up and retest this 83 level. Look at that. That was absolutely beautiful. What was our thought process there? Again, we called this on Monday. Our thought process, sorry, on Friday. Our thought process was you would get a lot of people trapped in early shorts here on silver. But if you haven't grabbed the highs, what are we trying to do? We're trying to buy up into that level. So you can see most people trapped in shorts. You came up, you tagged the highs. We were also talking about silver longs below these daily lows as well. So it happened after the London session on Friday. But for you guys who are there, trading into the rest of the day using these levels, it played out pretty perfectly. Pretty perfectly. Came down, tagged the lows, and ran all the way back to the highs. Look at that. Huge, 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 huge run. All the way back to every single liquidity level. So silver on Friday was actually much nicer than gold. I had a great trade on gold on Friday, but silver was a much, much, much nicer move. Look at this fake out. Tag lows, close back above. Longs right at 1 p.m. London time. Phenomenal, phenomenal trade. And for silver, same thing as gold. Let's see if we can get a bit of a closure above and potentially buy up into this Asia high around 80.7. 80.7 for silver. Let's have a look here. Sometimes you use previous candle stops, sometimes you use current candle stops. What makes you decide when to go with current candle? Stops are, I mean, when I initially enter the trade, it's always based off the previous candle. I'll manage the risk on the current candle as it starts to break back higher. But really you want to be using the stops of the previous. Because if you try and use stops off the current candle, you know, price can come up and then create a low. And then if you try and bring the stops there, there's nothing to say you can't come up and then come back down for a new low before still closing bullish. So to be safe, just manage off previous candle lows. You will be able to hold the trade better. If you try and refine off the current candle low, the current low of an hourly candle can be created multiple times. So if you try and be too aggressive with the stops, you can end up getting squeezed out. Let's see here. Let's see. If it breaks down, is your plan to buy off liquidity grabs or are you bearish? I'm neither. I'm very neutral right now on gold. I would say I'm more looking for longs than shorts, based off the fact that we're below major lows. We're also trading back above 4,800. So I'm just looking for any sort of breakout, to be honest. Any sort of closure back above to see if we can buy gold. If I want to short gold, then I'd probably want to see a very simple closure back below 4,800. But to me, it doesn't look like we're going to get that. So yeah, I'm ideally looking to buy gold. Yeah, it just looks more like a range, Tom. Looks like a range. You've grabbed the highs, you've also grabbed the lows, you're in the middle of range. Yeah, I wouldn't look to chase that too much. I might wait for a breakout. I'm not sure what time frame that is either, but it looks pretty messy. It looks pretty messy. I think there's nicer opportunities than that. Let's have a look. Goldie trying to get back above. Let's see, 5 minute trying to break out. You got a bit of a trend line coming down here as well. You may have some gold long soon. Let's see. NQ as well. Let's have a look. NASDAQ, as we know, has been on an absolutely phenomenal run. One of the quickest recoveries that I've probably ever seen in NASDAQ. It is just absolutely insane. From 31st of March all the way until now the 20th of April, we are back up 17%, which is absolutely insane. 17% on NASDAQ. So we've grabbed all of these levels here. We're now manipulating the trend line. We have all-time highs, which we, oh look at that, it did spike on Friday. Look at that, hit all-time highs on Friday as well. That is absolutely insane. What an absolutely just crazy recovery. So with the NASDAQ closing this bullish, yeah, I guess super simple. I would just want to, I'd want to continue buying. I wouldn't really want to sell this. Where could you continue buying? I mean, you've already kind of here in pre-London just came down, hit some lows, closed back above. So you may get some longs pretty soon on NASDAQ. Maybe you come up and manipulate some of this trend line. Trend line coming down, maybe most people are trying to short that. Maybe you see if you can buy up into that trend line. NASDAQ has just been on a crazy recovery. An absolutely phenomenal rip back high. That's why stocks are having such a great move. NASDAQ has just had one of the quickest recoveries ever, which is just insane. From being bearish from January all the way until end of March to straight back up within like 2-3 weeks is just absolutely incredible, which is good for you guys who are trading the stocks. An absolutely amazing push. So let's see here, guys. Ideally, we are looking to buy gold, but I want to see some. Volume. We're very choppy in here, very choppy. And for this exact reason, guys, this is why I'm trading the combine here. I'm not going to trade my XFAs just yet. If I want to trade the XFAs, I'll probably wait for maybe closer to New York or pre-New York, or once I get a better sense of direction. But right now, you're just in the middle of the range, so don't want to overthink too much. Love the Nico interview. One day you interview. Yes, absolutely, Glenn. Yeah, it was a very good one. If you guys haven't saw it, I posted that on Friday. It's a very good interview of Nico. He's gone from, like I say, working the 9 to 5 to struggling trading to now taking the leap into full-time traveling and trading around Asia, which is, yeah, amazing. So if you guys haven't seen it, I posted that on Friday. Let me see if I can share it with you guys. That on where are we? Friday. There we go. Very good interview. Oil we can have a look at. Absolutely. Let's have a look. Oil. Yep. I think he had a bit of a gap on oil as well. Huge gap higher on oil. Oil's is in a pretty major level. You had some huge lows down here. If we get rid of all these levels here for a second, we got London open in about 12 minutes here as well. Let's get rid of this. So oil, you peaked at some highs around 115. You didn't quite come up for the highs, but you've had this pretty decent sell-off, and you've gone right back down to lows of the 23rd of March, right around that $80 region as well. So you've gone from being 115 all the way back down to 80s. And that daily is trying to wick lows. How'd the weekly close? Weekly did still close pretty bearish. You've had that gap up as well. So again, maybe you're looking for a bit of a short down to fill in some of the gap. So gold we're trying to buy, maybe oil you're looking for a bit of a short. Again, it's pretty choppy up here for London so far, but yeah, I would be looking to see if there's a bit of a short down into this gap. It's a pretty big gap though. Like that's a huge gap from the close to the open here. Like that's a big gap, So see if you can break down a potential short. I do think gold and NQ are looking nicer. Oil's a funny one for me at the minute. I think gold and NQ are looking nicer. Let's have a look here, guys. We got London open in 10 minutes. Current hourly You're trying to hold that morning star. You're also holding a bit of an evening star. I really want to see gold break out here to kind of give us some trades at 8 a.m. because if we close pretty doji, then the 8 a.m. candle is going to be very hard to call. Very, very, very hard to call. So the patience may be paying here. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Hey bro, what's up? Australian dollar longs from 71.485. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Australian dollar. Let's have a look. I don't trade currencies, but we can absolutely have a look. What are we doing here? In a big, massive range. You're right back at the highs of the range. So it's something to be wary of. You're buying at the highest point of the range for the whole entire run-up that we've seen. Same as NQ from April. Let's have a look. How did the quick look at the weekly? How did the weekly close? I mean, yeah, still very, very bullish. You gap down, instant top wick. You may come through a new low on the weekly. You are at that V-up support, which is nice. You're long from 71.485. 71.485. 71.485. Back up here. The resistance. Back up there, maybe. Looking for a target of 179. 179. All the way back up there. So that's a pretty decent move after a big gap. I wouldn't be too surprised to maybe you come down for a new low here. You've just manipulated a lot of highs twice. Look at this. Sold off right back below on Friday and also gap down. Again, you have to kind of let a lot of these markets find their feet here. You had this decent break back up in Asia, now squeezing lower. I would be watching for potential pullbacks down into these two levels here before buying. To me, buying here, you know, you are buying right at resistance. Look, here, it's left. So my only concern is you're buying right at resistance, broke above. You got support here, resistance back below. So don't not take the trade like I say because of me. But for me personally, if I'm wanting to buy the Australian dollar, I would personally want to be a buyer back down here at support. I feel like here you're kind of buying at a pretty strong level of resistance after prices gap down and kind of held these areas here. So something to be wary of. Something to be wary of. What are we up to, Goldie? What are we up to? Let's see. We've got London Open in about 7 minutes here as well, guys. See what these markets give us for the day ahead. Let's have a look. Where are we? Let's see. Trying to get back above the last couple of minutes of the hour here, guys, when things can turn around. If you all of a sudden start to break back higher, cool. I am open to potentially buying gold. If anything, I just want to see some volume. Because the ranges aren't the biggest in here either. It's about a, 60 tick range, which is actually pretty small. Pretty small. I remember, guys, Monday morning after a big gap down in a lot of these markets, don't feel like you have to jump in straight away. If the markets have had a gap down, you don't really know what the hourly time frames look like. That's alright. Just wait. Don't chop yourself up and ruin your week by forcing trades first thing here on a Monday morning when the markets are still trying to find their feet. We got plenty of time, guys. Plenty of time. I'll be back on fast markets on Tuesday as well, guys. Back on fast markets on Tuesday. Let's have a look. Got some Germany news coming out. You got some FX options expiring today as well. Like I said, if we want to short gold, which to be honest, I'm very neutral in these markets right now. If I want to short gold, I want to see a break back below 4,800. Which was the video where you showed us how to use the Topstep platform? Let me see. I probably did one a while back. Let me see. Topstep X. Let me see. I did one a long time ago. Back in 2023. 2023, that's crazy. What the hell? Back in 23. Haven't really done one since. That's crazy. 2023, that's absolutely crazy. Yeah, that's true, Glenn. Yeah, that's very true. Yeah, very true. But the thing is, 60 ticks rage back in the day would be like a decent trending move. Whereas here it's like, yeah, 60 ticks is good, but it's like, yeah, 60 ticks in a very, very messy level. But yeah, that's true. A while back, 60 ticks would have been, yeah, I'll take 60 ticks, absolutely. But when these markets are moving hundreds of ticks, yeah, 60 ticks in a range is, yeah, it's not worth it. If we want 60 ticks for the day, you know, let's just let the hourly break out and follow. It'll make 60 ticks easy. Like, you know, if our job's to make just a couple of ticks days, let these markets break out. We're trying to here. Look at this. We got hourly close coming in here, guys. Hourly close coming in 5 minutes. Bit of an hourly morning star shaping up. Trying to get back above here. Hourly's now starting to flip back bullish as well. Let's see if we can break out. I'm gonna see if I can. Let me see if I can buy one into this hourly close. Oh, did I not close a trade on a combine? Oh no. Did I leave a trade on another combine? Let me see here, guys. I just had to close that trade. I had a... Let me see. Well, it's a good thing you get the warning there. Look at that. Let me see here, guys. The first time I've seen that come up. Did I not close a trade? I did close a trade. Oh, no, I didn't. I'm an idiot. I forgot to close a short trade. Good thing that hedging email just came up, notification. I forgot to close a short trade on another combine. Let me close this. Oh, it's already closed it. All right, it's already closed. Let me see if I can get back in this gold long here. Good thing we had the warning. I would have got banned. Look at that. That was stupid. Let me see. Always remember, guys, if you're going to switch accounts, if you have multiple accounts, remember to close the positions there. Oh, why am I being logged out of here now with that? Let me try and log into my Topstep account. Where are we here? Let me see. Are we back in? There we go. We're back in, guys. We're back in. Yeah, always remember, guys, if you're trading multiple accounts, make sure to close it on the other account so you don't have to deal with hedging for that exact reason. That's the first time I've ever had that. I was lucky that the notifications come up. That was very lucky. Let me see here. All right, what was that? Was that on my XFA? It might have been on my XFA. Oh, I don't want to take that loss on my XFA. Oh, there you go. You got on a combine. Gold breaking out here, guys. Let me change this to ticks. Well, good thing we get the notifications now. That's the first time I've ever had a hedging notification. Look at that. Let me just log into my Topstep account. Oh, that was on my XFA. That's very unfortunate. I forgot to close that short on my XFA. Oh, that's a real shame. Look at this. Look at this. That's kind of... I just took this... I must have just closed that hedging short there. Can I see trades for the day? I must have just... Wait, can I go... Where's today? Can I see today's profit? I think that's today's... Yeah, it is. That's unfortunate. So I was short on my XFA, which I didn't close, which is very, very, very silly. And I tried to long the combine there. So, good live example there of if you guys traded multiple accounts, make sure to close the trades before you switch accounts. That's a real shame. Wowie, look at this on gold. Holy, look at this. Damn, that's a real shame. So I took a $500 loss there on my XFA, and now we're long here on a combine. So we're taking the loss on the combine, loss on the XFA, and long on the combine. No worries if you close it quickly. Yeah, I mean, that's a good thing you get the notification. I had never seen that before. That would have been so typical if I did it on the XFA instead of the combine as well. Yeah, it would have been good if it was the opposite. Loss on the combine and profit on the XFA. Complete opposite. What do we have on that account now? That's frustrating. That's completely my own fault. But we're long here. We're long here on gold, guys. Nice squeeze here. But look at that. That's unfortunate. This is my 100k XFA here. They've been growing very, very, very well, and that's the biggest loss I've had here. Oh well, part of the business, part of the fun. Hey, we all do it. Still got 1,900 in that account. I'm trying to build that up a little bit more. Hey, well, at least we got notified. Everyone who had the hedging emails, at least we got notified. I did it just there as well. Yeah, if you close it quickly, I think it's fine. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's fine. So hourly close here, guys. Let's have a look. So we did close pretty decent bullish. Just tag lows, held support, breaking back above. Where do I want to target here on gold? Well, the reason I'm managing risk here is because we're right back to the highs of the range. Right back to the highs of the range here, guys. So manage the risk as you get to these highs. If we can see that squeeze back high up into some major levels, fantastic. But this is the level where gold could tag these highs and start to range a little bit. If we do get the breakout, fantastic. But just at these highs here, I'd want to be managing. So we'll see if we can break back higher and see if this hourly can push back up. But like I said, guys, look to the left. We are still at big resistance here as well. This is still a big level. Yeah, big level on the 30, so I managed. Yes, definitely. All of this to the left is big resistance, big fake out, resistance. So we're happy to buy off the support once you see the lower time frame breaking out. But as soon as we get back to these highs, although I would love to see gold break out higher, we have to manage risk at these levels. We have to manage risk at these levels. Let me see here. That was stressful. I never had a hedging unit before. Let's see what we got. Let me have a look at this 5 minute here, guys. Again, I'm not looking for a huge breakout trade. Yeah, not reacting to it. Yeah, so I think if you have the hedging notification, if you just leave it, then I think you may lose it. But if you quickly manage it, then I think it's not too bad. So unlucky. Yeah, on a Monday morning as well. Starting the week off right. Starting the week off right on a Monday morning. Need to wake up. Hey, it happens. It happens. Long on a combine, lost on an XFA. It happens. They should ban you. Imagine I could just got banned in front of you guys. Just for context, would it be good to enter here closing on the 15? I don't really trade the 15, so I honestly say avoid the 15, to be honest, man. If you have the confirmation on the 30-minute hourly, then I would just enter off that. I'm not a huge fan of the 15, to be honest. Yeah, no need for coffee now. Whilst we take another sip. But there was them issues a while ago where a lot of people did get hedging emails. I personally never had one, so that's the first time I've seen that. So that's amazing to see at Topstep have implemented the hedging notifications, even if it is on a combine. If you're short on a XFA and long on a combine, it's good that it still comes up. Do you think shorts looks better because the 4 hours making a top wick? No. The only way I'd short gold. Hey, Alex, what's going on, man? The only way I'd short gold is a closure back below 4,800. Buying off this 4,800 level, to me, like at this daily time frame, if we have a look here, we're tagging lows and holding support. So we're trying to see if we can buy off this level. If I want to get short on gold, yeah, I want to see a decent closure back below. But for now, it makes sense for me to come up and tag that Asia high and potentially come and fill in that gap. Yeah, Aaron got caught 4K today. Yeah, that's true. Third winning trade. Hey Aaron, hello. Is there a reason you don't wait for a close above on the 30-minute? This, for me, I was more so happy to buy into the breakout. Because this is the last 5 minutes of the hourly. And we were starting to break out. What do we know gold loves to do? Right before the hourly close, that's where you can typically get that volume. And the more you were kind of rejecting, you were holding this nice high here. So this is where I was kind of imagining, you know, people would be trying to short this initial rejection, risking off this high. So I was happy to buy up into the breakout. Buy up into that breakout. If I'd wait for the closure above, you know, and I tried to long now, then I'm buying right at the resistance. Which, if anything, as soon as gold gets here, that's where I'm trying to manage my risk, to be honest. So the closure above, it's a bit too late for me. In this range, I have to buy it into the breakout. Because if I buy too late, you know, like here, I would now be sat in drawdown. Whereas this is where I'm managing my risk. So yeah, the 30-minute breakout would have just been a little bit too late for me. But you can though, you know, you don't have to just take these 5-minute trades. If you want to wait for the 30-minute breakout, you can do that as well. But for me, yeah, buying this 30-minute breakout when gold's in a range, yeah, it's just kind of buying a bit too high. I'd be straight back into drawdown now. Because that's all we're really working with here right now on gold. Here's our support, here's our resistance. So, rather than taking new buys here, yeah, I want to be kind of buying at the support into the breakout. And when you see that last couple of minutes on gold, starting to find that support and starting to break out, that's when gold can get that volume. Yeah, coffee is needed for me so I don't trade minis by stake. Yeah, maybe coffee is needed for me so we don't make that mistake again. Maybe that's another reason as to why coffee is needed. Yeah, if I want to short gold, I want to see a decent closure back below. Decent closure back below 4,800, then we can consider selling. But as of right now, I'm not really interested in sales. I remember seeing that hedge ward in my heart missed a beat. I was very awake after it. I mean, it's good that we have them. It's good that we have them. It's easy done when you've got multiple accounts. Yeah, that's true. Let's see here. So the reason we're managing risk here, guys, is because we have that trend line coming down. People trying to short this trend line, risking off the highest point. But we've now grabbed that highest point, so let's see what we do from here. Do we break back higher and come up and fill in this range, or do we close back below and go sideways? Who knows? But we're reacting to the range. We're reacting to the range. Ideally, I'm trying to hold this trade up into these highs here. If we see gold break out that much, and I'm long here on a combine, not the XFA, that'll be a good way to start the week. Not. It's so typical because that's my even though it's not much, it's a little bit annoying because now that's the biggest loss I've had on this 100k account, which isn't, like I say, it's not bad. I've still been growing it beautifully, but losing $500 off a silly mistake like that, it happens. It happens. It's probably a good idea to lock that account out for the day, to be honest. Let's see here, Goldie. Trying to break back higher. We have the first 15 of London coming in 5 minutes here as well. Trying to get back above. If we break this resistance, fantastic. We'll see if we can get this higher. You can see here on gold as well. It's a much deeper retracement. But you can kind of see we're forming a little bit of head and shoulders here, right around that 48.50. So if we could get up there, that'd be a very, very, very good range. A very, very good range. It's like a 350 tick range. But, like I say, we will need to see some strong volume to get back above this. But if we do clear this resistance at, let's say, 18s, then we should feel this next Asia high pretty quick, which is like 165 tick range, which is still nice. Luckily I got back in there though. Could have easily hesitated on that, but we did get back in. Let me have a look here. Let's have a look here. Let's have a quick look at these other markets. Quick look at silver. Silver not really doing too much. Trying to get back above. Kind of similar to gold. NQ. Nice breakout there at NQ. Where's our NQ analysis gone? Where's our NQ analysis gone? Was it on MNQ? I don't know. We had the NQ analysis for... Did I do it on this chart maybe? Let me see. Nope, don't know. We had the NQ analysis that we just did before, guys. We had the trend line coming down like this. We said most people trying to short that, trying to buy up into that. So NQ also having a very nice break of the trend line. Gold also trying to break the trend line, which is nice. You got silver kind of just hovering around. I do think gold is the nicer opportunity here this morning, because you can see even if we bought silver around here, we'd probably be hovering around break even anyway. So gold was the nicer breakout there. Let's have a look. Could have asked the 15. Yeah, 15 is the 15 is probably my least out of every single time frame you can trade. 15 is probably my least preferred time frame. I'd rather trade the 5-minute than the 15, to be honest. I think if you guys stick to hourly 30-minute, you'll get great trades. 15 price action I just find is very, very, very unreliable to read. Very unreliable. Like actual reading patterns and price action, yeah, it's very, very unreliable. Let me see your guys' questions here. Why do you not sell it when it reaches resistance, then buy it again if it breaks above, rather than holding it? Because my bias is bullish. My bias isn't bearish, so I'm not going to try and sell every resistance. If I try and sell every resistance, well then look how many times I would have been stopped out here. This is exactly where most people are trying to short, so I'm trying to buy it up into. I'm buying into the resistance, into the breakout. Whereas if I try and short that resistance, you'll get squeezed out. Because there's plenty of times where gold can just break it and just quick pullbacks and just keep driving. I'm not shorting gold because I don't have a bearish bias. If I want to short gold, I'll short gold on the break of 4,800. Let me see if I sneeze. Excuse me. Happened to get on Friday on the 15-minute where it looked like a possible sell, but a lot of us took the longs based off the hourly. Nice, nice, nice. Yeah, you'll see that a lot. You'll see the 15 will shape up for like a reversal sign to go short, for example, but because the hourly's closed bullish, you'd be buying, not selling. So yeah, I honestly find staying off the 15 is the best time frame that I can just completely eliminate and not even think about. 1 o'clock London. Let's see. 1 o'clock London on Friday. Oh, look at this. We got the like here and this one here too. That's the 5 minutes. Wait, let me see. 15. Yeah, huge wick rejection. Look at that. Massive wick rejection on the 15. So that would try and get you in shorts. But why would you not short that? Well, look at the hourly closure previously. It was very bullish. So you're buying up into this double top. It's, yeah, honestly, did I even ever say that? I do ever say, look, let's get rid of it. Let's get rid of it together. Gold trying to break back high here, guys. Let's see. Let's see if we can get that volume. How many ticks would you to be a good trade? I mean, a good trade isn't based off the tick amount. It's based off however much you're risking. Like someone could say 20 tick trade is a good trade. I could say 100 tick trade is a good trade. A tick amount doesn't determine what's a good trade. what's a good trade to me is having my clear targets, having my daily bias, and reacting well to the markets. It's never based off a tick amount. Ticks is just how we measure the market moves. It's not how we measure what is a good trade or not. On average though, you know, if you're getting 100 to 300 ticks out of gold a couple of times a week at the lowest size we can trade here, 1 micro, you know, you're talking $400 trade. You know, if we measure this here on gold, this is a 235 tick move. At a single micro, it's a $230 trade. That wouldn't make it a good trade. That's just kind of how we measure the move. A good trade is based off, you know, your execution, your risk management, and your targets. So we just had that 15 closure coming in. Let's see how this 30 minutes looking here on gold. Yeah, you can see we're still wicking the highs here, guys. So we can't get too excited just yet. You're holding support or holding resistance. I don't want to trade this range too much. I'm happy to buy off the lows, but the reason I'm not going to short the resistance is because I'm not really interested in selling into the daily support. If anything, I'm trying to buy off that daily support, and I want to be careful trading in this range. So I won't take too many trades in this range. But look at the daily. Daily, big daily support. So you got daily support, you also got daily resistance. Like I say, if I want to short gold, I want to see a decent breakout, then maybe there's some room for some downside. But in this London session, first thing here on a Monday morning, yeah, I'm not really interested in selling this. Let's have a look here, guys. Good question. Do you recommend going for a certain amount of points or focusing on a specific area? Yeah, again, I wouldn't focus on it. You never focus, like, you know, sometimes people could, let's say they're buying here and they say, you know what, I want to make 300 ticks today. Where's 300 ticks? 300 ticks takes me to right here. And they put their TP like right here. But it's like, the markets don't care about how many ticks or points we want out of the markets. What the markets care about is structure. So yeah, basing your targets off these structure points is more important regardless of however many ticks or points this is. So yeah, try not to focus on ticks or points as targets. That's just simply how we measure the moves. We want to be focusing on these liquidity levels like this. So regardless of the tick amount, I'm buying up into here on gold because it's the Asia high, and I think it's a level price will very likely liquidate. What you after? Adapters? I don't know, I've only ever had that one.
That's 3.
Don't know. Let's see, Goldie breaking higher here, guys. Check crude. Yep, we can have a look at crude. Let's have a look. Let's have a look at crude. Yes, that's a nice, so we said shorts on crude. What do? Just tag some highs, you're starting to break back below. Yeah, crude, Asia lows. Gold, Asia highs, crude, Asia lows. Nice trade, thank you, Bruno. Would have been nice to have it on the XFA, but we'll take it. We'll take it. What do we have? Do I have anything on? What do I have on this balance? I don't think I have very much on here. I don't trade this very often. I got 1,000. Yep. That's the thing, if gold breaks through here, we should be able to fill this range pretty quick. Where did my analysis just go? So we got here, highs here. What was this trade? This trade was buying here, risking off these lows here, trying to get it back up into here. Let's see. And these ranges are getting smaller, guys. So for me personally, on my XFAs, I am slowly starting to trade more size. Now, obviously, don't just trade more size just because I am, but for me personally, guys, we've seen these ranges go to like, hundreds of ticks. So all of a sudden, they're now like maybe 100 to 200 ticks. So 100 to 200 tick range, I'm happy to trade like 2 to 3 to 4 micros. Hey, Mikey, what's up, man? Now what we can see here on gold is any rejection from this area brings in sellers risking off this high. Therefore, there's more likely a reason to see these highs grabbed. So more confidence to hold these longs here. Thank you, of course, of course. In the same, nice. Foreign futures, nice, nice, nice. Let's see, Goldie. We got 30-minute close coming in 10 minutes here as well, guys. Let's see if we're actually gonna break above this resistance. Remember, gold can look very bullish. Last couple of minutes, it can wick right back down below. So let's see. The last 10 minutes. Remember here, we're watching the 5-minute, but remember where we're at on the 30-minute. We got 2 more 5-minute candle closures. So if these candles all of a sudden start breaking back bearish, just keep in the back of your mind the hourly will give that big wick rejection. So the more this 5-minute breaks out, the stronger this 30-minute is going to close. How much you risk per trade? Depends on the range, depends on the buffer, depends on the balance of my XFA. On this trade here, this is just trading combined. Risk was about, what, 60 ticks, 2 micros, $120. XFAs, I'm probably starting to risk a little bit more, maybe 200-300. About 200-300. How did you enter in the middle of the 5-minute candle? This was the last 5 of the hourly, and the 5-minute was pushing up and then starting to leave a wick rejection, rejecting my first liquidity level. So as soon as I saw price here, rejecting these highs here, that's where I'm anticipating most people would try and short this rejection. I'm buying up into it. So I was buying up into the hourly close. The 5-minute was looking like this, where it was looking nice and bullish. Then it was starting to give a wick rejection without really grabbing any significant highs. So as soon as I saw it wicking back down, that's where I'm buying, anticipating it's going to rip these highs here. Let's see here, Goldie. So we're buying up into the hourly close, because you can see on gold a lot of the times, the last couple of minutes of the hourly is when you can get that great volume, and all of a sudden the markets go from looking like they're holding resistance to all of a sudden you blast through it. That's why sometimes if you're in a trade and you're right before the hourly close, it's best just to hold it to the hourly close, because it's where sometimes where gold can look so bearish and then all of a sudden the last couple of minutes wicks right back above. You close your trade, then you end up chasing too high. Same as here on the 30-minute right now. The last couple of minutes of this 30-minute, you know, we can look very bullish, but all of a sudden you can leave a big wick rejection. So these last couple of minutes here of the 30-minute and hourly are very, very, very important. MNQ filling the gap, nice. Yeah, NQ was a nice. These markets moving nice for London here. NQ longs were very nice. We spoke about these NQ longs as well, guys. Our analysis was the lows down here for price to come up and liquidate these highs here. So great buys on NQ. Great buys on NQ. We spoke about this as soon as we started this stream. Buying up NQ, which is actually filling the range beautifully. Crude, you also, like I said, price down into these Asia lows, also coming down nicely as well. Let's see if Goldie can get there. Yeah, nice, Alan, nice trade, man, nice trade. At the Asia high, I'd probably just take off the whole trade, to be honest. It's a pretty decent trade. It'd be about, you know, like a $500 trade. I'd probably take it all off there. Just made profit on NQ, nice, yes. NQ was a very, very nice move there. You guys who were here when we started the stream, the whole reason for these buys on NQ were you liquidated these lows here. So you brought in early buys here on NQ, risked off these lows. What does NQ love to do? Same as gold. Loves to come down, manipulates the lowest point of the support. As soon as you see price breaking back above, you're buying where? up into the trend line. Most people are trying to short the trend line. You're trying to buy up into the trend line. So you could have got long right around that VWAP for price to come up and fill this range, which again is a probably nicer move than gold. Very, 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 very nice move. A beautiful move. Now on NQ, what do you do from here? Well, let's see. You've liquidated the highs of the range. You liquidate the lows, and now you've also just liquidated the highs. A great, 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 great move. Great move. Look at that. That's how many points is that? It's like a 60-point move here in the London session. Very, very, very nice. Last 5 of the 30-minute covenant here, guys. See what Goldie does here. Yeah, we got some serious catching up to do on that XFA after as well. Serious catching up to do. Oh yeah, nice, good job. Yep, good job. If you took that NQ trade, yep. Where's your exit? Right at the liquidity highs. So what does it do? It brings in early sellers, stops out early sellers. Then what do you get from here? You get most people trying to short, risking off the high. So what does price do? Comes up, manipulates the high. And now these liquidity levels, you know, you can short down into the lows or you can buy up into the highs. But as soon as you hit these levels, yes, that's the trade done. Done. Range done. Played the range beautifully. Again, this is what gold absolutely loves to do. And we're kind of looking for the same thing here on gold. Gold's just looking a little bit slower. But yeah, if you exited right at the highs, good job. Just hit the reverse button on NAS. You're a legend. Great calls. Good job, good job. Nice exit alid right at the 12s. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. That was a great, 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 great move up on NQ. So remember, guys, look at the time. Look at the time here, down here. It's 8:27. You have this 5-minute closing bearish. Pushing bearish. If this 5-minute close is bearish, do we want to continue buying gold? Probably not. Why? Because the 30-minute will be fading to close above, which is not really what we want to see. So the more this 5-minute pushes down, the bigger the wick rejection that 30-minute is going to get. So although we're using the 5-minute here, we're using the 5-minute to understand our higher time frame. It doesn't really matter too much for us because we got a great entry from all the way down here. But for new trades, I wouldn't be buying here because it's the last 5 of the 30-minute. And now all of a sudden you've gone from being very bullish to all of a sudden you're getting a steep wick rejection. So let's see how this 30-minute is going to close. But for me, we'll break even on the trade. Whatever happens from here, who cares? We'll see if we can break high, but risk is off the table. Yeah, nice NQ trade, guys. Nice NQ trade. Good job. Bitcoin to 80k. Yes, Bitcoin has had a pretty decent push. A decent push last week. You broke back above 75, which is very nice. Yeah, I could see 80. 80 doesn't look far away at all. I'm long on Bitcoin from down here, but I actually want to get long more back below 60s, which you didn't quite get to. But yeah, that's a very decent breakout. I mean, it's a huge gap as well. It's a huge gap. A lot of these markets filling in these gaps here. Except gold. Except Goldie. Let's have a look at silver. Silver, what are we up to on silver? Yeah, not really doing too much on silver. Morning star, evening star, kind of, again, you know, we do have silver just in a bit of a range here. You kind of just hit the highs of the range. You may come back down to lows, which is pretty much identical to Goldie here. 30-minute close coming up here, guys. Let's see. And holding resistance, holding support. The good thing is we got an entry all the way down here, so we don't really have to worry too much. If you guys aren't already in this trade, I would be careful taking new entries here. What's up, buddy? Sammy missed the gold trade. Stop it, buddy. Nice. Yeah. No gap fill yet. Yeah, no gap fill yet. Let me see. NQ, yeah, NQ's been on a... Alright, got 30-minute close coming up here, guys. Let's see. So, how do we close here on gold? So, kind of just holding resistance. Holding resistance, holding support. I like this to come up and tag this Asia high. We're just kind of right back in the middle. I think if you re-break this next 30-minute high, you should be good to fill it in. But, like I say, we're at support, we're at resistance, so there's no need to really overthink. Drop it, buddy. Oh, there we go, right back down. If it gets me a break even, guys, I will be waiting. Look at that, straight back down. Straight back down on the open of that 30. Holding resistance, holding support, so we can't get too excited here, guys. We're just playing the range. We're just playing the range. Exit on the resistance. Yeah, good work. Good job. Good job. On the resistance, what would you have? You would have had about 124 ticks, which is still nice. Still nice in the range. Still nice. Yeah, some brokers have no gaps. Yeah, you don't, it's not really like, you don't have to worry about the gaps too much. I'm also just looking at this as in like the structure. This is a high where, you know, most people try to short risk off the high, so you don't really have to worry about the gaps too much, to be honest, man. Yeah, more targets for later on, absolutely. If gold doesn't grab it from here, then maybe you're more likely to squeeze it higher. If I do get squeezed at break even here, all I will simply do is just wait for maybe an hourly closure above or below the range. Happy to play the range here, but if we have a look at this on a completely naked chart here, guys, you can see holding support or holding resistance. If we wait for an hourly closure above or below, then you'll probably have a much easier trade. So if I do get squeezed out here in the hourly, maybe wicks the highs and closes bearish, I'll probably just wait for a decent candle closure above or below. But let's see, guys. Let's see. You're gonna wick back above. Came very, very close to the entry. Silver. Look at that. Nice. Look at that. Look at that for an exit on NQ. Good job to you guys who took profit on NQ. NQ hit the highs of the range straight back below. So sellers there on NQ, risking off the high, just got squeezed out. But now the only thing here with NQ is kind of similar to gold. You've tagged the lows of the range, tried to break back lower, you couldn't. You've now hit the highs of the range, you also couldn't break back higher. So from here, you got NQ back in the middle of the range. So if you didn't take the NQ longs up into the liquidity level, you know, be careful trading in here, because now you're right back in the middle. Same as gold. If you're not already in the longs on gold, be careful entering anything from here, because you're right in the middle. Yeah, possibly, possibly. It's just in a bit of a range. It's one of them areas on gold where I don't really want to think too much. Just react to whichever way the market's breaking out, then manage the risk. Or, like I say, guys, wait for the hourly to close above or below and then follow the markets. Oh, is it going to get me? You're going to get me, Goldie. Very, very close. I think it's going to probably wick back down here, guys. And for, yeah, there you go. I'm out there on gold. Break even on gold there, guys. So if I want to get short on gold, which I don't mind, to be honest, like I said, I'm open to longs and shorts today. But if I want to get short on gold, I want to see a decent hourly break back below this support. And then from there, who knows, you could get a decent retracement on gold. But again, it's one of these markets this morning, guys, where you've had that big gap over the weekend. You've had a big run up in Asia. You're playing the range right now, so it's a level to stay as reactive as possible. So for me here, guys, I'm going to take the break even. I took a little loss on my XFA as well. And for now, I'm probably just going to wait till closer to the New York session. I was happy to take them buys on gold. NQ had a great push. Gold's just kind of stuck in the middle. We have all week to trade here, guys, so don't force the range. Don't get frustrated. Don't tilt. We have plenty of time in these markets, and we'll be right back again tomorrow. So all I'm going to do now, wait for the hourly to close above or below, and then let the markets come to me. Set some alerts and walk away. So I'll see you guys same time again tomorrow. Appreciate you guys taking time to tune in. Hit the subscribe button for the Topstep YouTube channel, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Trade safe. Peace.